At this point, we're going to go over the MPX-70 photo impact printer. We are now going to print a pendant using the MPX-70 photo impact printer. First thing we want to do is power the machine on to initialize. Once the machine's done initializing, we'll go ahead and lift the cover open. We're going to loosen the knob for the head. You'll notice that the head does raise up. This will allow us to load our pendant material into the machine. We're going to load the material centered on the grid marks that are on the bed. Once we've got the material loaded, we press the power movement button to load the table into the machine. Once we've done so, we're going to set the head to the surface of the material, doing so by pressing down the metal bar located at the center of the plastic cover. Do not press the plastic cover. This will cause misalignment of the print head. Once we have the head to the surface of the material, we will go ahead and tighten our knob to lock the head in place. When you lift up on the metal bar here, you'll notice that the lower guide lifted slightly. This is okay. Now we're ready to print. Now that we've set up your MPX-70 photo impact printer, we're going to set up a Dr. Metaza 2 file to imprint. To get started, we're going to click on Start, Programs, Dr. Metaza 2, and launch the application. Once we've launched Dr. Metaza 2, the first thing we need to do is set up our material size. The pendant we have loaded on the machine is a 30 millimeter by 50 millimeter dog tag. First thing we do is go to our material setup. We input our 30 by 50 millimeter dog tag, and I'm going to use a template. The templates can be downloaded from the Roland website. To use a template, you click on the shape and Other. That brings you to your material window. In the material window, we click Add from File, and we locate our templates. I always put myself in a thumbnail view as it makes it easier to locate your template. And here's my template here, which is the 002 30 by 49. I'm going to rename this to 30 by 50. You want to uncheck the Keep Aspect Ratio box and manually type in your values for this pendant. Once you've done so, you click Add, and it adds it to your library. Once added to the library, we click on it to highlight it, and we click Select. You notice in the preview window it shows my proper pendant. At this point, I will click OK. Once I click OK, you notice that I now have the shape of the pendant on my screen. This makes for better alignment of my pendant as well as my image. The next step is to import my image. So we go to File, Import, and from the Import menu, you can select JPEGs or BMP files and import your image. Once the image is imported, you can trim the image by clicking on Trim. Brings up the trimming picture window. You can have it all same size or free. I like to choose free and manually adjust my frame size to the area that I want to print. Once you've clicked OK, you'll notice that your screen resizes itself. We can grab the corners of this image and resize it anywhere on the screen. When positioning your image, you want to take into account the position of the hole on your pendant. You want to ensure that you are using grids. If you use grids and look at the pendant, you can see where the hole is positioned in reference to the grid line. Ensure that your image does not go over the pendant hole or off the edge of your pendant, as this could damage the pin on your print head. Once we've resized the image, next thing we want to do is add in some text. To add in text, we can go to our toolbar and select the text icon. We can add in either horizontal text or fanned text. I'm going to add in fan text. You notice that your icon, your cursor now changes to a text icon with the letter A on it. Click anywhere on your screen where you want to position the text and left click on that area, and it will automatically bring up your fan text box. I will now type in my text. I can also change my font and use any Windows TrueType font I have on my computer. I can also add a fill background color or change my font color depending on the image I'm working with, as well as your rotation angle and size. Once I'm done, I click OK, and it drops my text in. I can grab the corners and resize my text so it fits within the pendant. I want to try to stay clear from going all the way to the edge of the pendant, as I do not want to print off the material. Once I've resized my text on the screen, I am now ready to print. In order to print, you want to go to File and the Print Preview screen. The Print Preview screen will give you a true WYSIWYG look of what you have. In the screen, we can adjust our gamma as well as our brightness and contrast if we need to. Once we're done making our gamma adjustments as well as our brightness and contrast, we will then click Print, which will bring up our printer driver. When we bring up our printer driver, we ensure we have the MPX-70 selected from our drop-down menu. We click Properties, and in the Material tab, we ensure that we have the proper size and in the proper units. Extended size should be checked in case you're doing anything beyond 50 millimeters in size. Print from bottom means that it will print from the bottom of the pendant to the top. For kiosk owners, this is useful as customers do like to see the pendant coming out of the machine. We can print bidirectionally, meaning that the machine prints in both directions, which gives us speed. In the Image Correction tab, for the material we have loaded on our MPX-70, which is rhodium-plated material, we want to select the Roland MD setting, which is multi-density setting. This setting is generally used for coated materials, your nickel, rhodium, gold-plated, etc. We also have preset settings for aluminum, brass, stainless steel, and acrylic. We also have 4 custom settings where you can go in and customize your impact minimum, your impact maximum, and your speed. We will select Roland MD. You also want to select your resolution. Text is 265 dpi, photo is 353 dpi, and high resolution is 529 dpi. We are going to select photo mode and click OK. Once we've done so, we are ready to print. And at this point, we will click OK to send the job to our MPX-70 photo impact printer. And there we have a photo impacted pendant in under 5 minutes with our MPX-70 photo impact printer.